sit around back. Let's go. Sit around back. Oh. Hey! Hey! What's up?
Calm down. Come on. Che.
Hey!
What a good guide dog.
He's great.
This noise. Don't, no, he's not gonna bite. Come on.
How you doing, Miss Sheila?
I'm doing fine.
Good. You see me talk to somebody very special to the Wisconsin team, and I'm here because she's special to me on my journey with common purpose at the time, but common power, as we were figuring out how to do this thing in different states. And following her guidance, I think, made us feel better about it and made us more successful out on the doors, even though she don't like doors. But
Oh, yeah.
we found Miss Sheila here. Can you see the back? Is she in the frame
Yeah,
here?
I can see it. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. Okay, so
the yellow shirt looks great.
I know. So we're gonna ask her 3 questions, just like we've been asking folks, and we prepped her. The last one is the hardest one, we think, but we'll see. So, Miss Sheila, thanks for letting us stop by.
Oh, thanks for coming, Charles.
And Shay, thanks for hanging out with
Oh
us
yeah,
too.
thanks for letting us come by, Shay.
Yeah.
First question is for the folks in Seattle. Tell us one thing meaningful about yourself.
I really, really appreciate people.
Mm.
And I really appreciated them. They have no idea how much.
Mm. That's good. They're gonna love to hear that.
What does that mean when you say I appreciate people? What do you mean?
Well, a friend of mine said this one time, and it's true.
Mm.
I've got more years behind me than I have ahead of me.
Mm.
And I have learned that the greatest gift you're ever going to have is time.
Mm.
So when all these people showed up, they didn't have to. They didn't have to come to Milwaukee. They most certainly didn't have to come and just walk doors and do neighborhood things. They could have done anything else. I mean, it was a beautiful summer for us in Milwaukee.
Mm.
So I really appreciate it. Time is something that you don't get back, and you just have to learn how to. You have to learn how to really appreciate it.
Amen.
You know, people are fond of saying they have more of one thing than they have the other. Right now, I could honestly say I have more assets and I'm blessed. I don't have a lot of time.
Mm. I hear that. All right, question number 2. So one meaningful thing, and you already talked about us, but maybe going back to 2018, one meaningful thing about CP that maybe surprised you or stuck with you when we came to work.
Just I think how caring everybody was and how sweet they were. I don't remember anybody's name. I remember faces. I remember the first day how worried we were about the team when they started walking, and it was hot.
That's right. You said you need to call me. You gave us water.
People out to go and find them.
You did. That's right.
They wanted to work hard, and I was like, okay, you did enough work. You can go down to the bar and enjoy yourself. So
That's right.
They had fun down there.
What's the name of the bar again?
You would have asked me.
I know. See now, I see. I'm
Old lady brain. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but they did. No, it's not. That's a different one.
We probably hit them all.
But they did. They had a. You know, they
Yeah.
would go down and they would have a corned beef sandwich or whatever.
That's right.
And it was within a block.
That's right.
But they got refreshed and they got happy. You know, a couple of the ladies I remember, they couldn't do a lot of walking and stuff, but they were. I mean, they did everything. They swept up the office. They did whatever we needed. It was nice.
That's awesome. Okay, last question. One thing that you hope for the future, and we usually say 6 months to people, but anytime. When do you think you'll have some hope?
I hope I have hope on January the 21st.
Okay.
I am I've signed up for a permanent absentee ballot. I did that earlier this year. And as soon as I get that ballot, which should be in a week or two, I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna drive it down to the post office downtown.
Yes.
Our downtown post office zip code is 53201. The election commission is 53202.
See that?
I intend for it to get there the next day. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for early vote, and I'm not. And I say that in all sincerity because I shared with Charles that I lost a dear friend in 2018. And I'm hoping he absentee voted because he was the president of the state AFL-CIO. I know how important that was for him. And he died the day before election, well, the Sunday before election day. And I was telling Gwen and other elected officials that year, I know they like to go to the polls and, you know, show people that they're voting on election day. But we really can't afford to wait like that anymore. And the earlier we get, I think all of this is proven it, the earlier we get our votes in, I always was really envious of states that did a lot of mail-in votes. Never would I have thought that we would have had the kind of problems we have now with the postal service, but the postal workers, I have to say, are the best advocates for the postal system. They always have been. And so my hat's always off to them. And I'm still one of those people that uses the mail. And I think that people just need to realize it. And it's not only a cherished tradition in this country, but it's absolutely necessary that the mail get delivered. So I'm going to use it to do my ballot.
Okay. All right.
Once you get those ballots in, too, you when you get yours in, then you go to work on everybody else. And you're like, you know, hey, come on, it's time to get it in.
That's right.
Right?
Yep. The place I work now has election day off, so nobody has.
There you go. There you go. I love it.
Well, Charles tells me that you are a legend in Wisconsin politics, and like you came out of retirement. You're like an Avenger. You came out of retirement, okay, for 2018. So thank you, because that was the turning point. That's when things began to turn. And now we got hope, but then you're also more vulnerable when you got hope. Like the pain is more real when you start to hope, right?
Yeah, especially with Justice Ginsburg.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you just feel like we were making something. We were getting close, and that happened. We got to hold on. We got to hold on. And you're a legend, so thank you.
Well, I don't know how legendary I am, but
it's the truth. It's the truth. And we were brand new, and you walked us through the paces. And now, a lot of those folks, many of those folks actually that were on that trip, have folded back into CP, and they are teaching other people.
That's good.
One of them was not one of them. I'm gonna say this is a almost regular occurrence now, where folks from the team, people who made that trip, that you would know by face, are leading trainings for other volunteers that want to work in Wisconsin.
Good.
So I mean, that's
well, you know, it was inspiring for us, and I used it as a selling point all the time. I said, you know what? I said, Tammy Baldwin's aunt is in a group, and they're here. And they came all the way from Seattle to knock doors. And they, you know, they would go out, they would tell us what we needed to hear. And, you know, a lot of them were surprised at, I think, the responses they got at the door. But in this town, for a lot of people, you know, they may get discouraged about voting, but they do understand the people that really, I think, concern them politically. The latest generation coming along, I think, is pushing hard.
Yeah.
It's hopeful. So I'm hoping that, you know, they carry on and do the things. And we got a lot of young elected people. You know, our county executive is a very young man. We got young people in our assembly and our senate. So there's a turnover. A lot of young people in local government. I think they're doing good. You know, I think people forget the age they were when they started doing political work. But I can say that this will be the first presidential election in my adult life that I haven't worked in.
Wow.
It's because I'm working for a nonpartisan organization.
They got you first. Well, we appreciate this a lot. This is a big deal, and I'll see you again. I'll see
Okay.
you again.
Alrighty.
The next time we'll be able to hug and celebrate victory.
I'm telling you, it's killing me, but okay.
I know. All right, y'all. There's a treat for everybody back home. See you soon.